Yo, what's going on, guys and girls, and welcome back to Crozy Plays. And well, stuff's happened, isn't it? Basically, I don't know if you've seen the end of that last video, but just to add some sort of realism to the fantasy, I found a database which was a little bit different. It's really tough by the looks of it, but because I was doing a Man United save, I thought I'd load that database in and try to make it seem like we haven't changed too much, if that makes sense. That's what I was trying to imply there. But basically, this database has Dover Man United so badly, it's not even that funny, if I'm honest. It's actually really hard. So I think we'll continue it. Let's not muck around too much, keep me big. Let's make me small. We'll have a look around the database. We'll find out where we are, and we'll find out what's going on with it. So basically it starts right at the start, so we'll pretend that we're in season 2. I'll accept the current vision, so maintain the best EFL, see that? League 2 youth system. So basically we have been relegated all the way down to League 2, but the kicker of that is we still have the same squad, and we still have a lot of them on very similar wages as well. So we have to come up with a plan to try and sort this Manchester United squad out. But there's also another added discrepancy to that. Selling players is absolutely fine, but there's a global transfer ban that's been placed upon the club until Tuesday the 1st of July 2025, meaning that we can't buy a single player for 2 years. So we've got to rely fully on the youth system, what we've got in the bank. We can't go in sell everybody straight off the bat because we'll have no players. Like, that's just the way it's going to go. So my aim is to maybe get rid of some of the huge earners. Yes, you know. And there's also the thing as well, you've got to look for people who have made the transfer this year. Like, for example, Casemiro on his history, he made the transfer last year. So the game will see him as making a transfer this year. But if we look at players like Xerxes, for example, or Delict, 105 grand a week in League 2, but he made the transfer this season, so selling him probably isn't going to be sort of possible because it's kind of hardwired into the game in that point. So a few players will have to stay around. A lot of players will be looked to be shipped out just due to finances and stuff like that. But also, I'll have to do a good job of maintaining what we have due to the fact that I cannot buy anybody to replace anybody. There's no get out clause, there's no, you know, being able to loan anybody. I cannot do anything in terms of bringing players in. In terms of difficulty, this career is going to be quite difficult. So if you can extend your imagination and pretend that we had a great season last year, finishing 3rd, getting to a few finals, winning this. Also, the other kicker is there is no European football. For example, like Manchester United would have, at the start of this, would have qualified, but we are not in Europe neither. Do we have a competition ban? We don't have a competition ban or anything like that, but we are removed from continental competition, so we won't be in the UEFA Cup or Europa League or anything like that neither. We have been expelled from that due to financial fair play regulations. The finances are looking at 70 million in the bank, which for Manchester United is absolutely nothing. Our scouting budget is fine. Our scouting budget will be fine. We'll still get scouting. But we have zero transfer budget, zero wage budget, because we can't buy or sell anybody. So that is exactly where we are as Manchester United at the moment. I'm not sure really what way to do this. I'm not sure if to make this a super long episode and let's see how we play this. Maybe I edit it through. I think for tactical direction, and I know it's boring because it wins, I'm going to go for my trusted 4-2-3-1. I just think for this league, I think getting up I think if I can go up 2 seasons in a row, I know it's boring using this tactic and stuff, but it does get me results, and results are kind of what I want. As I'm thinking in 2 years' time, if we can go from 2 to 1 and get to the Championship by the time our ban's lifted, then we'll be in good stead to kind of make a push for the Premier League and find out where we are then in 2 years' time. But that's a long time in Football Manager, 2 years. So I think for the best, what would be good to do is we'll have a look in our youth squads, have a look at the potential players that we've got who are going to be good. Again, Yoro will go on a course and we'll move him to the senior squad. Jace Fitzgerald, he can come in. I'm going to train him to be a defensive midfielder because these players will need to develop. So giving them some first team football this season isn't going to be the end of the world. I'm going to move to senior squad for Drogu. Finley McAllister can hang tough in there. Who have we got in the under 18s? Obi can go up. So the global transfer ban is global. I did have a little sort of not play on the database at all. I just loaded it in before this and had a little look around it, but you can't even sign any free transfers. So I went in, I had a look just to see global transfer ban. There we are. You cannot make a contract offer for this person. Man United cannot sign this player until the transfer embargo is lifted. So there is no way to buy anybody in until July 2025. So it leaves me with a lot of work to do, a lot of things to kind of work out, because having this wages on our books is going to absolutely eat Manchester United alive financially. So I think everybody from, maybe, as crazy as it sounds, Onana up, I will be looking to get rid of if I can. Like I said, players like Ugarte, Højlund, Mazawi might be able to get rid of because he's a data editor change. Where it's been changed on the data editor, it tends to be less hardwired, I find, than people who have just made the transfer. People who have just made the transfer there don't want to leave. That's what I tend to find. I think one thing for the best will be to have a look. We did have players who are in the last year of their contract. These players will be great just to instantly kind of get rid of. As there's no way we're going to be able to afford to renew. Plus, I would very much doubt they would want to renew. I think we'll get a lot of that as the season goes on. A lot of players realising they're in League 2 and wanting to leave. Tom Heaton as well. Like, you can have him for nothing. He's on 65 grand a week. Having a laugh, isn't you? You get out the door. Get out the door. Eli Harrison can get a new contract because I think I'm going to promote him to the senior squad. In terms of him being okay, he is okay. Okay, I think I'm going to trudge through pre-season. I'm hoping, schedule-wise, let's have a look. I'm hoping, yes, we've got Barrow and the first game of the season. Manchester United versus Barrow. So I think we'll be back for Barrow and we'll do Derby as well in the League Cup. Why not? We'll welcome Old Trafford to League 2. But the situation is dire. The situation is tough. The situation is going to test my football manager ability. We've just loaded the game and we're already lost £31,000. So this is going to be real tough to keep Manchester United afloat. Let's hope that the game does me a favour and gets me a takeover or something like that. Because the bloody Glazers, they're the one that did this. It's all of these guys. All of them. You, Brian, Avram. All of you people still running this club into the ground. So after a successful season last season, I think this is going to be an interesting place to leave it. I look forward to seeing you for the very first game against Barra. So there we have it. I hope you can suspend your imagination and sort of play along with me, and I'll try to get through this first season as quick as I can. There's a lot of games in the sort of lower league, so I'll look to get through these seasons as quick as I can and get as many episodes up as I can. Yeah, comment below if there's anyone that I should be keeping my eye on for my transfer ban when that's lifted, for the embargo, when the transfer embargo is lifted in 2025. Let me know. I'll get them on a shortlist and we will start to plan ahead. Bearing in mind, I cannot sign anybody for 2 years, so planning for signings isn't the best idea. So I think it's just balls to the wall. Hope that the youth players can get us there. I'll make loads of sales, do what we need to do to hopefully clear our debt and all of those kind of things. And I look forward to seeing you guys for the first game of the season against Barrow. Manchester United versus Barrow. Who would have funked it? Please comment, like, subscribe, all the rest. Much love from me. Peace.